It's a lovely night here in Chicago as we see an aerial view of Grant Park, Millennium Park, and gorgeous downtown Chicago. Happy Halloween, everybody. Trick or treat, it's the NBA. It doesn't get any better than this. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. We're glad to get spooky with you tonight. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And one of the players we'll be seeing in this, Carmelo Anthony.
Well, there's a reason he's one of the top scorers in the league. Melo is so versatile offensively. He gets in that triple threat position, and then it's a kind of a pick-your-poison dilemma for the defender.
Well, he's got a honey-sweet stroke as a jump shooter. He's equally dangerous putting it on the ground or attacking the teeth of the D or going over top of a good defender. We've seen it all the way back at Syracuse. This guy has gotten better with time, and he's one of the elite scorers we've seen in the league in a while.
We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and the Chicago crowd wants some love from their Bulls. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team. Last season, they won all 4 games, showing complete dominance.
I'll tell you what, of all the things they did well last season, maybe the most impressive was sweeping the season series against these guys.
Misses off the left iron. Here's Chicago. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And I think, Kevin, you know, they really showed how important it is to have a strong bench performance. You go out on the road, you can't rely on your starters night in and night out. The reserves have to contribute and help them out.
I think we definitely saw that, Steve, throughout the game. They were really tied together as a team. Didn't make any difference who was out on the floor. You'll take every road game win you can, and they're happy with that one.
Both of these teams battling last year near the top of the conference.
I know it's a little bit of a shame it was so lopsided. We'll see how things play out this year.
For the New York Knicks, they won their last contest against Milwaukee.
And I thought, guys, they were the beneficiary of what was some lackluster defense being played against them.
I agree with you. I mean, it was really shocking how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Still looking for that first bucket here to start the game.
Butler kicks to Rose. Into Noah. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, Joakim Noah, part of those back-to-back championship teams at Florida, 2006 and 7, was kind of skinny in college in his first years in the league. But he's done a really good job of adding muscle to his frame. That work in the weight room and in his basement have served him well.
And with the big minutes that Joakim Noah is asked to play, it's a good thing he's been so dedicated to staying in shape.
He's another player, Kevin, who does yoga in the offseason. He's even trained with big wave surfers in Hawaii, going underwater with weights in his hands, doing jumping and running. Pretty interesting training regimen, but of course, he's a very interesting guy.
Pretty wild, huh?
Tell you what, guys, if you had questions about Amari's willingness to play a role on the team, he should have put them all to rest with how he came off the bench for the Knicks. Couldn't have been easy for him, but he handled it well.
Well, with Amari's dealing with those knee troubles, might forget he was really the one who first made the Knicks a destination.
Yeah, signing there in free agency in 2010. He had a huge season, averaged 25 points a game, and I think really energized that New York fan base. He was kind of the franchise player before Carmelo arrived.
Now, here's Felton, coming off a stellar performance against Milwaukee. There's the feed to Chandler, back to Felton. Right side, Felton. New York, no good that time either.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts, trying to take the lid off the basket.
Butler dishes to Boozer. Right side, Boozer. He kicks it to Noah. No one near him. And he drops that one in.
The entire defense was frozen footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Mike Woodson had a few moments to share with me. He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, "You know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint." Makes sense, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Offensive rebound. Boozer kicks to Rose. Back to Boozer. It's stolen by Stoudemire. Anthony drives in. That's good from Shumpert on the assist by Anthony.
Boy, great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, it sure was. He made a beeline for the bucket as soon as they got the ball. Right away, straight to the rim.
Now here's Rose. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Miami.
Yeah, no question, you look at his assist totals. I mean, they tell you what a nice job he was doing, really spreading that ball around.
Here's Shumpert after the made shot from Joakim Noah. The drive by Shumpert. Rebound by Butler.
He's far too tentative in the paint, and even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time.
Here's Boozer. Makes it off the glass.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, I mean, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Now here's Anthony. Another key contributor in that nice win against Milwaukee. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Here's Rose. They lead by 1. There's the dish to Boozer. It's stolen by Stoudemire. It's deflected. It's stolen by Dang. Dishes it to Butler. Rose against Felton. Dang passes to Boozer. Fader on the way. Second chance shot. That layup is good as it's up and in from Joakim Noah. Noah's got 8 points.
He's a grinder. Love what he does under the offensive boards, really bringing energy and life to his team.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Tom Thibodeau was giving to his team. He said to them, the pick and roll is going to be our bread and butter today. If we run it effectively, they will not have an answer for it. Guys, we'll just have to watch how it plays out here in the first half. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. Now here's Chandler. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. 3 on the clock. For 3, Felton. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Oh, we've got a moment here now, Kevin, to look back to last year's Knicks. First in fewest turnovers per game. 5th in three-point shooting. And they were in the top 10 in opponents' points per game.
And this is a smart team, Clark, because you talked about the turnovers, #1 in the league in terms of fewest mistakes. And that's when they were at their best. When they controlled the action offensively, they were able to execute without making mistakes, and that allowed them to set up their defense at the other end. This was a really well-disciplined play.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Outside Anthony. Goes in for the dunk. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see
Come
in a
on.
blowout, Kevin, or even
know.
an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over here.
Well, I
shaking
just,
his head.
you know what,
he's
Kevin?
just-
Come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Now here's Anthony. After the miss from Joakim Noah. Off the screen. And again, it's Carmelo Anthony. Anthony's got 6.
He's a natural scorer. It's that simple. Supreme confidence offensively. Can beat you from the three-point line. He can get you going to the hole. Offensive putbacks. Beautiful mid-range game as well.
And he's not a standstill shooter only. I mean, he's a terrific ball handler. He's able to create space, has deceptive strength. And you talk about degree of difficulty shots, he can make those in spades. I mean, he can stop on a dime and knock it down. And he's got the full arsenal offensively.
Boozer can't get it to go.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
Tyson Chandler, first-time All-Star last season. His 12th season in the league. This is a guy that came right out of high school. It was a long time coming for him, but certainly that All-Star berth well-deserved.
Here's Stoudemire. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Stoudemire's got it all tied up now for the Knicks. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Rose dishes to Butler. Back to Rose. They get it back. Noah kicks to Boozer. Chandler with the defensive effort.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Anthony drives in and fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot two. They get Carlos Boozer. And for Tyson Chandler, it's been a long road over the last few seasons. Steve, he's playing undoubtedly the best basketball of his career.
Yeah, key contributor on Team USA, an NBA champion with the Mavericks in 2011, and now an NBA All-Star. It's the defense, it's the understanding of his teammates and the game plan. Just a very, very smart player and a hard worker as well.
And when Melo attacks off the dribble, I think that's when he's really at his best. He's got excellent ball handling skills and footwork for a player of his size. And whether putting the ball in his hands in the pick and rolls or just isoing him in that pinch post area, he is very tough to defend when he gets ahead of steam guys.
On the basket by Rose.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
New York trailing. Anthony kicks to Bargnani. Back to Anthony. The pass to Bargnani. 6 on the shot clock. Anthony against Boozer. And that one's good. 10 points for Carmelo Anthony. And for Carmelo, attacking the rim makes a lot of sense. His three-point shot has been streaky over the years, but he looks like he's at least trying, Steve, to diversify his offense.
Well, I think he needs to attack more. Sometimes he has a tendency to do that, but he's so strong and so quick that I think he's best suited when he really attacks the hole and gets to the foul line.
Here's Rose. Second shot opportunity. It's laid in by Dang. Dang's got 5 points so far.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Now here is Smith. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
Rose off the pick from Gibson. Rose kicks to Gibson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Shannon Brown.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And, you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
And the second free throw, good. Here's Prigioni. Can't hit. It's all tied in Chicago. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
NBA season blasts off. James Harden and the Houston Rockets go up against Blake Griffin and the Los Angeles Clippers next Monday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 Pacific.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
A lot of hard work being put in on the glass. This is a very physical team. They're doing a nice job in the paint.
Yeah, and I think they're doing a good job gang rebounding too, Steve. Everybody's boxing out down there.
Dang and Boozer, they make up the forwards. Heinrich is out there with Ronnie Brewer, and it's Gibson in at the center filling out the middle. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Prigioni. Pass to Bargnani. A baseline J, and it's Chicago with the rebound. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
I'll be looking forward to seeing how that Philadelphia game turns out, guys.
Now here's Heinrich. Dang with it. Now guarded by Prigioni. Boozer, no luck.
Everybody regards Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau as a defensive mastermind, and the numbers back it up again. The Bulls were near the top in every major defensive category. Protected the paint, limited fast breaks, and made sure to challenge any shot that went up.
Now, here is Bargnani. Carlos Boozer able to get his shot to go.
That's a shot he's got to hit, and you don't get too many better looks from that range.
Heinrich kicks to Dang. He feeds it to Gibson, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And now a 4-point Bulls lead. And the Bulls, Steve, 5th in defensive efficiency last season.
And Thibodeau, knowing him, he's probably unhappy with that ranking. This team is so disciplined and hardworking. They always have a chance to be the best defense in the league.
Martin's checked in for New York. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Mike Woodson was giving to his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Smith. Coach turned to the team in the huddle and said, quote, tonight he's going to be the player that carries us. Let's start getting him more touches. Another part of what he said to them centered on his desire to see them shooting the ball every opportunity that presents itself. He said, fire away, guys. You've got the green light. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. Now here is Hardaway. After the miss from Gibson. Outside, Felton. 6 to shoot. Back to Martin. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Guys, Kenyon Martin was signed by the Knicks towards the end of last season as they dealt with a litany of injuries, and he really delivered. I mean, he's 35 years old, microfracture surgery on both knees, but he's still got some bounce in those legs, and we know he's got plenty of intensity.
Stoudemire's checked in for the Knicks. And you look at Kenyon Martin, not the biggest frame inside, 6'9", about 240, but he is still a difference maker on the defensive end.
Yeah, he is. Shot blocker, tough defender, never backs down, and always has done a good job finishing in the lane. Remember, he was the #1 overall draft pick back in 2000.
No good from Gibson.
And the defense did a pretty good job of closing off the middle once he got inside the lane.
Felton the pass to Hardaway. Kicks it to Martin. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And these two teams continuing to trade blows like heavyweights in the middle of the ring.
So many times tonight, the energy in this building has gone from one way to the other.
Now here's Heinrich. Butler attacking with the shot. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Noah once again had a really solid season, but his field goal percentage numbers dropped from where they had been the past few years. I think part of it was not having Derrick Rose on the floor, and then also he was hurt. Plantar fasciitis bothered him some, but not having Rose, I think, led to Noah forcing the issue a bit.
Felton against Heinrich. Felton with the ball. Pass to Hardaway. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Hardaway has got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Bulls trail by 3. Oh, and speaking of Noah, some dip into his finishing numbers. You wonder if his injuries played a part in that.
Yeah, Coach Thibodeau rode him pretty hard. Career high in minutes. In fact, second most per game among centers in the NBA last season. And we remember he had the foot injury during the playoffs. He's always had some health issues, but he's battled through them.
Are you surprised that he's become the warrior that he's become in the NBA?
Not really, Kevin. He was a winner at Florida, a guy who loved to play. He's got a lot of passion for the game.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
You got to like the consistency they're showing with that mid-range shot.
Something else they've done a good job of tonight, right from the start, is penetrating and scoring.
The Knicks making a switch here. Chandler's checked in. Now here's Rose. Heinrich dishes to Rose. Here's Gibson. Soft touch off the glass. Gibson's got 5.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
The Knicks leading by 3. Anthony on the wing. He dishes it to Shumpert. Back to Anthony. Buried from 15 feet out. 12 points for him.
When it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles that twine.
Yeah, they've got it flowing right now, guys. They're putting together a nice little run.
Now here's Rose. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, one of the things that's really hard to do in the NBA, it's actually one of the hardest things to do in the NBA, is to stay in front of Derrick Rose. I mean, it's not just his burst of speed or his quick first step, but he's got one of the meanest, nastiest, filthiest crossovers in the entire league. And then you add his strength and explosiveness in the air to that, that's lethal.
Here's Felton. Feeds it to Shumpert. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. And the Knicks good for 2.
Well, he's clearly feeling it, Clark, coming off that fantastic game last time out.
Bulls trail by 5. And for Rose, as he returns from his knee injury, you wonder how that'll affect his ability to blow by defenders, which was such a great quality he possessed prior to the injury. Shooting from the outside is solid, but he hasn't been elite to this point in his career with that shot, so there's a lot of unknowns still about his game, and being so young, you expect that.
It's going to be an adjustment, Kevin. I mean, you have to find your confidence after an injury like that. I think he is going to be a better shooter because if there was one thing he could work on while he was out, it's that outside jump shot. But we got to give him some time to just get his confidence and find his game again.
And Shumpert kicks to Stoudemire. Kept alive. Here's Chandler. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Chandler's got the lead up to 5 now for the Knicks. Bulls have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Rose with the ball. Now guarded by Shumpert. They get the rebound. Noah. No good with the layup.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Butler against Shumpert to the wing on the left. And here's Felton from the arc. Chandler. The second chance points on the tip in. Now it's a 7-point New York lead.
Well, it's obvious the difference in this quarter has been their dominance on the offensive board.
Yeah, I think you're right, Clark. A lot of second chance points, and they're not resting on their lead. They're really being aggressive and attacking the lane.
Now here's Heinrich. Here's Noah. A beautiful reverse layup. Noah's got 6 in the quarter.
I think the best quality for Noah is the energy that he brings to the game, Kevin. He's got long arms, he can rebound, he can handle the ball, he can make plays, but really it's just the impact he has with his effort and his energy that's most impressive.
But he's so ridiculous. Tore it down that time. Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Felton the pass to Chandler. From 8, Noah with the block. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Hey, guys, the last few summers, Carmelo Anthony has incorporated boxing training into his off-season regimen. He said being a boxing fan since he was a kid, he was always intrigued by the elite conditioning level boxers have to attain. He added that the hand-eye coordination and physicality help both his shooting and his ability to play at the power forward spot. Kevin?
Yeah, with his hard-charging style of play, it makes sense. Thanks, Doris.
Yeah, and guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Rose with the ball. Now guarded by Shumpert. 52 seconds left in the first half. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
Well, we've got a moment to look back at last year's Bulls. 3rd in opponent points per game, 8th in rebounding. And they were in the top 10 in assists. A lot of good passers on this team and guys that are willing to make the extra pass as well.
I just like the way they got after it defensively. You talked about the fact they were in the top 5 in the league in opponents' points per game. So this is a club that had a plan each and every night, and they executed that plan. They played really hard. They played together. They covered up for one another. And all in all, that was an excellent defensive play.
And that one's good. And that's 18 points for Joakim Noah.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Butler against Smith. This is it to Bargnani. Here's Brown. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
You know, he's so confident, sometimes to a fault. And that showed right there. That's a bad shot.
Exactly. I mean, that's self-inflicted damage right there. There are a lot better options than what he took.
And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Now, presented by Sprint.
The spookiest day of the year, Halloween. It's really not that scary. Not during the 2K Sports halftime report, anyway. We've seen the Bulls slugging it out. They might be picked as the favorites, but they got a game on their hands, no question. Everything going right for Joakim Noah. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. Looking at New York, they're definitely making plays as well. Excellent bench production, the second string coming in, knocking down the shots. A phenomenal performance by Carmelo Anthony. He has 17 points, and he's had some good court vision, helping out in the assist department as well. And now, let's look at the game scheduled for later. The Clippers out in Los Angeles will go up against the Warriors. Fans are going to be pumped for that one. A 7:30 Eastern time is tip-off. And that's all we have for you here in the studio. Now let's send it on back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the second half of play.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast.
What a performance from Joakim Noah here. 8 rebounds, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
Which can't be undervalued, Clark. So many times a game can come down to which team wins the free throw battle.
And Chicago shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Checking out the group for Mike Woodson to start this second half. Anthony, Stoudemire, and Chandler, their front line. Amon Jumper is out there with Felton.
What's interesting for me to watch with Mike Woodson as head coach in New York is the exciting floor spacing offense they started playing last season. In Atlanta, he'd been known for a grinded out isolation play style, but he's actually tweaked his approach a little bit, and that's been impressive.
And back to Mike Woodson, not a flashier, high-maintenance type of personality. He keeps it on the level, and I think, Steve, the players appreciate that.
Players definitely like that. He's very quiet on the sidelines, but not afraid to get in your face when necessary. And I think that's a really good temperament for a coach to have. In general, I think he's a guy who is very well respected around the league and did an excellent job with New York a season ago.
Rose with the ball, now guarded by Shumpert. And it's Butler missing.
He slipped into quite a funk here, Clark.
I think that's a good word to describe it. I mean, the basket is looking awfully small to him at the moment.
Here's Anthony, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. They get Lou all day.
You know, playing in London during the 2012 summer seemed to do wonders for Melo. It often does wonders for guys that play with that national team. He came back with all kinds of confidence and seemed to be at another level.
And for Carmelo, boy, he really excels in international play, doesn't he? Always has.
Yeah, the three-point line is just a bit shorter, which kind of brings it right into his comfort zone. So he can play that zone buster role for Team USA. And I'll tell you what, he can do so many other things, too, because of his size and quickness.
And you hear his coaches talk about his defense is better than they expected, too.
Ironic, isn't it?
Very. Shumpert dishes to Felton. The feed to Stoudemire. All alone. Boozer with the rebound. Boozer's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Rose in the post. He's covered by Felton.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Here's Anthony. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses. Driving high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up that possession.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. New York, no good that time either.
Ugly start to this second half, guys. They've missed all 4 of their shot attempts.
Rose with the ball. Now Felton defending. Rose kicks to Butler. The dish now to Noah. There's Rose with the 3, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. The Knicks making a switch here. Martin's checked in.
Substitution.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And Shumpert kicks to Anthony. Back to Shumpert. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He kicks to Felton. Shoots. Cannot hit. Rose with some nice D.
Something needs to change for them here. I mean, starting the half 0 for 5, that's not going to get it done.
Into Noah. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 4 assists in the game.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. It's 5 baskets in a row, and they've all been practically lay-ins.
Yeah, they've got to harden and toughen up down there, guys. They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says. Still anybody's game, though.
A lot of high hopes for the Knicks in last year's playoffs. They started off so hot, but then let the series against Boston drag on, and eventually went to 7 games, and they fell to the Pacers in the second round after that.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Gentlemen, this summer the Bulls broke ground on a new 60,000 square foot practice facility situated just east of the United Center. Starting next season, it will replace the 12-year-old Berto Center, a half-hour away in Deerfield, Illinois. The Bulls coming back downtown and doing it in style, in a state-of-the-art building with all the amenities, including a rooftop green terrace. Kevin?
Pretty impressive, Doris. Thanks. And the Boston series did drag on, you could tell. You wonder if they were a bit fatigued going into that Pacers series. Steve, Indiana just outplayed him, outworked him in every way in the second round.
Yeah, I think it was a factor, Kevin, and really the Knicks have only themselves to blame. They had Boston down 3-1 and a home game to close it out, but they couldn't get it done. And there's no doubt that affected them against Indiana in the next series.
Knicks trail by 7. Outside, Felton. Dishes it to Carmelo. Lets the 3 fly. That's good. Anthony's got 24 points.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
The Bulls have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Now here's Rose. 9 points in the game so far. The kick outside to Butler. Goes back up. Can't get it to go. And New York will come the other way. Anthony down low. He's working on Boozer. That is good. 26 points for Carmelo Anthony.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Noah with a screen on Felton. Rose kicks to Dang. Here's Butler. Hits the 3-point bomb.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the defense still needs to keep an eye on him.
New York calls timeout. You have to like what you're seeing so far from Joakim Noah.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, Tom Thibodeau had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He focused in on the task of executing their game plan against Anthony. With him going on this tear, Coach said it's got to be a team effort. He wants everyone dialed in and paying attention to the details. He's trying to get them all on the same page and figure out an answer. He was also adamant that they can take advantage of this defense with the use of solid ball screens and the pick-and-roll game. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. realize there's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Outside Dang. And Butler, here we go. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Looks like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And then look at the points in the paint, because they're really winning that battle tonight.
And Prigioni kicks to Bargnani. Lets it go. It's all in by the Bulls. Boozer's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him.
You know, to me, one reason why Carlos Boozer is such a valuable scorer is that he can hurt you in a multitude of ways inside. He can hit the rainbow jumper of his, and when he's back to the basket, can go over both shoulders very well.
Knicks trail by 9. Smith kicks to Bargnani. Hardaway against Butler. Hardaway passes to Clark. Back to Hardaway. Some solid defense from Butler. And for Boozer, you remember the story. Growing up in Alaska, his dad tied his right hand to his waist, so he'd have to develop his left, and that was something that he worked on even more when he went to Duke.
Well, yeah, his left hand is fantastic. I mean, that's his preferred hand when he's finishing around the rim. A right-handed jump shooter, but anything around the basket is usually his left, so he probably owes his dad a debt of gratitude for tying him up all the time.
That's one way to put it. Hardaway against Butler. And they get it. Hardaway, no good.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Oh, look out.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in. Aren't they? Have to build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
The Knicks making a switch here. There's 1:17 left in the third. Here's Prigioni. There's the pass to Stoudemire. Hardaway for three. Kirk Heinrich with the rebound.
They're losing their composure a little bit here on the bad end of a run.
Yeah, they are, and they need to come up with a rally-wrecking play here to stop this run.
Knicks trail by 13. Pass to Hardaway. Jacks up a three. That doesn't go either for Hardaway.
And I'll tell you what, this has been one ugly quarter for him.
And it keeps getting uglier. I mean, his touch has basically gone AWOL.
Back to Dang. He feeds it to Butler. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And Heinrich gets it to go down. And the assist by Butler. Butler's got 4 assists in the game. New York's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And Prigioni kicks to Stoudemire. Hardaway from outside. Chicago grabs the miss. Dang's got his 5th rebound in this one.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
And here is Hardaway trying to get back on track. Off on that one. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Bulls lead by 16. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
On tap this Saturday, November 2nd, Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs go on the road to do battle with the Portland Trail Blazers. Don't miss out.
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Well, tremendous point guard play, but that's nothing new coming from him. This is what you expect, the gorgeous feed there.
Knicks trail by 16. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So for Chicago right now, Dang and Boozer, they make up the forwards. Heinrich is out there with Ronnie Brewer, and it's Gibson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Pound kicks to Anthony. Just 3 to shoot. 14 feet away, and that one goes long.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Now Brewer, outside Dang. The tray. Again, the miss by Dang. Here's Anthony. Brown outside. From downtown, it's all in by the Bulls. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. And he gets it to go. And it's 8 points for Carlos Boozer.
And what I like about him, he needs very little time to get his shot off. If he has just a bit of room, that's all it takes. In a catch-and-shoot situation, he's going to let it fly.
Another aspect of his game that I really like is how effectively he sets picks. It's overlooked sometimes, but he does a great job of positioning and getting there at the right time to set a screen to help a teammate get free.
Heinrich against Felton. Heinrich dishes to Gibson. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Stoudemire outside. And the layup's good off the glass.
Guys, good job working it down low and getting the high percentage look there. That's good basketball.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And here's Heinrich. On the wing, Dang. The 15-footer, and a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. Heinrich's got 5 assists tonight.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Anthony against Boozer. Outside Anthony. Here's Felton. And the Knicks good for 2. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Heinrich, right side. Chicago calls timeout.
Well, he sees something that he doesn't like. I'm not sure what it is, but I think he's going to make some changes here.
I think you've got to make your adjustments pretty quickly like he's doing here. Otherwise, you know, things can get out of hand. So this is a good timeout.
The Knicks making a switch here. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, guys, Tom Thibodeau had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back.
Guys, it was no secret that last season the Knicks were really a perimeter-oriented team. They had some solid inside players, but basically those inside guys were there to set screens and defend and rebound. It was up to Melo and the other perimeter guys to carry the offense.
The open shot, Anthony. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Yeah, what a hustle play right there, fellas. The energy, the passion. Love the way he plays.
The Bulls leading by 12. Heinrich passes to Rose. And again, Chicago, no good. Well, Clark, back to what you said last year about the Knicks. Last in points in the paint, only about a third of their points inside. Very little around the basket, Steve. It became an issue at times.
Well, it was an interesting group, Kevin. So many shooters. And Carmelo really represented their only low post threat. Even Tyson Chandler and his baskets were mostly offensive putbacks. So it was almost small ball all season long, but it was very interesting to watch.
The Bulls have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. The defense looking a little bit dazed now. A ferocious throw down there.
Not bad for a player of his size.
Not bad at all. How about that spring coming out of those legs?
Outside jumper. Anthony kicks to Chandler. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And that's now 6 points for Tyson Chandler.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally got the run they needed to make this game close again.
And now they've got some serious momentum on their side as we head down the stretch.
From deep, Rose, and the shot is good. And the Bulls lead by 13.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Now they're feeling confident, and they're in a good flow offensively, so why not just keep firing from out there? This is great. Three-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
Really aggressive play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
Tell you what, I love that fearless attitude.
Knicks trail by 12. Felton dishes to Chandler. Outside jumper. Kicks it to Anthony. Stoudemire outside. Pass to Felton. New York moving the ball around. Rose with the ball. It's stolen by Anthony. A step back shot here. Good. He hits the jump shot. Anthony's got 16 points here in the second half.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
Heinrich kicks to Rose. And a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. Heinrich's got his 7th assist here tonight. And so here is New York. Now here's Anthony. Chandler with a screen for Anthony. He dishes it to Shumpert. They get it again. Outside Anthony. The shot is off.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. I mean, they're really pushing them around physically at this point.
Here's Anthony. New York calls timeout.
You know, with all of the improvements in medicine and also the advances in rehabilitation after torn ACL surgeries, we've seen a number of players come back to be as good as they were before the injury. Derrick Rose's fans had to be feeling good about what level he would return at when he came back.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Yes, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Mike Woodson was giving to his team. He told his players not to spend so much time trying to find the perfect shot. He said, listen, there are no bad shots. Take them when you've got them. Also, he wants them getting energetic on defense. He told them to cover the whole court and try to cause as much chaos as possible. With the minutes ticking down and the deficit still a big one, those adjustments have to be a chance worth taking, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Shot clock at 6. Rose double teamed. Noah kicks to Rose. For 3, Heinrich.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Butler goes in. Noah. And finally they hit one. Noah's got 30.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor. I mean, their offense in the paint has not been up to par.
Felton the pass to Stoudemire. It's stolen by Rose. That is good. Rose has got 15 points in just the second half.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter. I mean, just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
Butler against Anthony. Noah with the block.
And that's pretty much how this game has gone. They've controlled the boards and look to come away with a win right here.
And so here we go, just rolling along to the finish line in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Bulls.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Shot quality and better overall shooting.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year.
Your hope is to take charge of a season series by winning that first game. This will put them up 1-0 with 3 games still left to play this year against the Knicks.
Well, you look back at this one, and what an amazing performance this has been for Joakim Noah. He came out and let everybody know that points would be hard to come by with the way he swatted away shots and protected the rim.
Gibson inside, and that is good. And the Bulls lead by 17.
Well, this is going to seal the deal. They've really exploded here to the finish line.
You know, once they sniffed out that blood in the water, the killer instinct came right out.
And that one's good, Anthony. Anthony's got 35 in the game.
Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect them to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes them change plans.
Rose against Philp. Rose dishes to Heinrich. Takes it from 10, and there's Joakim Noah on the assist by Heinrich. 32 points for Joakim Noah.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
A very solid performance in a lot of areas for them.
Here's Anthony. The rebound by Noah.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Heinrich kicks it to Noah. It's rebounded by New York.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
And the jam by Stoudemire. A free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one up.
And when you got the space, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night. These guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline.
Derek, tremendous work on the glass tonight. How important is that aspect of the game to this team?
It's huge. That's all Tiff talked about, second rebound. We press the boards, our bigs are big at it, and when we pass it back out, we usually got the three-pointer, so it's easy basketball.
Derek, thank you so much. Guys, hard to run if you don't rebound the ball.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying, see you next time, as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Joakim Noah.